We'd like to hear from you. Send your letter in care of Jane Whitney, Columbus Circle, Post Office Box 20314, New York, New York, 10023. 11-year-old Blair sees winning beauty pageants as a stepping stone to a successful career in show business. Rhonda Shear also started out on the beauty pageant circuit when she was young. Today, she's a successful actress and comic who hosts Up All Night on USA Network. Do it for us, Rhonda. Go ahead.
Up All Night.
Thank you.
You did it.
Couldn't go on. All right, now you
know, I won Miss Louisiana by doing exactly what Max is doing right now. Taking a bottle was my competition. No, actually, it really did. It gave me a tremendous amount of confidence to go ahead and become a comedian.
All right, but you started out, you had like 5,000 titles. I'm reading these titles.
I have a lot of titles.
Miss Federal Order of Police, Miss Lakeshore, whatever it was, Lakeshore
Miss
Beachfront.
Rodeo.
You just basically showed up and won.
Won, did the whole thing, and lost.
Did you lose?
Lost quite a few of them.
How old were you when you were doing this?
13, 14, 15, all the way up to when I ran for public office in New Orleans after graduating from college, went back out to LA, and then started doing pageants again.
Why did you start doing pageants
Because
again?
it was what I knew how to do, and it opened doors for me, and it was very successful. It wasn't the beauty thing. I just knew how. I went back to being very confident in what I did.
All right, let me just.
Of course, the hair is still the pageant hair.
This is pageant hair.
The
big
pageant hair will
right.
never change.
Let me ask, because we're having a thing out here in the audience. This guy back, you've been going berserk out here because now I have to cut away to him because he's doing his own show back here. Now, what is your problem here?
The people were saying it's not beauty. I do not see 11, 12-year-old girl of 170 pounds up here. You know, I know girls that are 12, 11, that are 170 pounds, that are bubbly, great personality, what have you, but they're not going to win any beauty contest. It's beauty, people. Stop fooling us.
There's
it's
nothing
beauty.
that matters. I think when you walk into an office later on, whether you're going to be a comedian or you're going after a job, you have to look presentable. And it gives you that confidence, that air of confidence of walking. Look at these young ladies, how they handle themselves and how they hold themselves. Later on in life, this is going to help them, whether they're going to be a brain surgeon or an actress.
Let me just ask you, Ron, didn't mean to cut you off. Not everybody is born looking like you or Blair or Stephanie. I mean, those of us who are like, you know, we have to
find... And I lost to a lot of dogs. Oh, let me tell you.
You what? Get it all out, Rhonda.
I lost to a lot of dogs.
Let me just say,
that's so nasty. But I'm a comedian. But no, truly, there is a way of winning, and not the most beautiful girl wins. Sure, you have to look great and you have to feel good, but this is what you have to do every day in your life.
That is true. The most beautiful girl does not win.
The most beautiful. How many times do we all sit there and watch Miss America, Miss Universe, and go, "Gosh, she should have won because she's the prettiest."
But it is a beauty pageant.
It is. It
is a
It's a stereotype.
It's not. It's not.
You have to have a stereotype that fits.
No, I totally disagree with you, and I agree with them as mothers, because my mother, she allowed me to do whatever I wanted to do. If I did not want to do anymore, she went fine, but it taught me great sportsmanship. I lost many of them, and I now have
gone on. Did you smile when you lost?
I did smile.
Did you wave?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes, absolutely.
Was it for real?
It was for real. Oh, it was absolutely for real. Don't tell me it was for real.
It was for real.
Oh, yes, it was. No, because it has taught me my whole life. I live in Los Angeles. It's the same thing as softball, but I live in Los Angeles. Every day is competition. That's what I do as an actress, and you have to let it roll off your back.
You have to learn with.
You can't look at life being I'm negative. This is a horrible thing. I can't stand her.
Let me just say something about sports skill. I mean, you can develop that ability when you're born with God-given good looks. I mean, that's something where people have the edge on the competition. You know what I'm saying here, Bonnie?
No, because it really does go back. These girls are now, they have money in the bank for their scholarship. How expensive is school? It's more now than it was when I was in college. So they are. This is for their future. I know you all are stressing beauty. Appearance is looking great.
What I guess
is it more?
Go ahead, Susan.
The thing is, like she's saying, the thing I was listening to that I really hear is she had to have a talent, so we got her one. I mean, my thing is like, did you learn one dance routine?
They found her talent.
You learn one song so you can be in a pageant. You learn one dance routine so you can be in a pageant. I mean, I know that this exists, and people win doing that. People win doing it. I'm just not sure for life
it
that
develops
it's the best
your character.
formula.
You know, did we all want to go to school? You know, no. Our parents pushed us to going to school. Did we all want to take piano lessons? Maybe our mother pushed us into taking piano lessons, and then it pays off later on. My mother wanted me to be a dancer. dancing school child. I went to dancing school, but I loved it. If I would have hated it, I would have not been involved in it. So there's nothing you can make a child do. No, you can't.
Now who said no? Oh, now the audience goes crazy.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Okay, what is this about? You stand up here. You had something you want to say.
Well, the problem I have is, at an early age, children should be developed to work as groups instead of as an individual. You're stressing the individual here.
Individual's great. They should develop as an individual. Yes. Yes,
But
whether it
later
be
on
in
in-
dancing
later
school,
on-
they should stand out if they want to go into gymnastics, or comedy is what I do, or singing.
But,
She's already decided
but
that she
life
wants
is
to be a
people
surgeon.
dealing with other people.
Yes,
and
okay.
thinking
And as a
always in this
child,
capsule,
as a
they're going to have a
pageant winner,
problem
what I
later
went
on
out
in
and
life
did
when they're
was
trying
I
to
went to
develop.
charities. I went and visited kids in hospitals. At the age of 10 or 13 when I went, what would I have known about going to a children's hospital? I went and visited children's
Again,
hospitals.
Rhonda, that worked for you. I think the point he's making is that this is about sort of this self-absorption into
Yes.
one person. It's not about stressing teamwork and social skills and that sort of stuff. And living through what? Stand by. Excuse me one second. I just heard that. What'd you say?
And also living through your daughter.
But they say they're not doing that.
You're doing that. Even when you
No.
told her to clap, and she clapped. She doesn't even know how to clap by
No,
herself.
that is not
Come on.
true. And I'm a
Another
pageant
break. We'll
child.
sort it out. We'll be back. We'll be back. Good job.
Extra sugar-free gum has extra long-lasting flavor, that you know. But extra reduces the risk of cavities, that you may not know. See, after you eat, pH levels in your mouth plummet. That's when plaque acids can cause tooth decay. Chewing neutralizes those nasty acids and brings pH levels back up, helping to keep your teeth stronger. The longer you chew, the better it works. So extra means long-lasting flavor and less risk of cavities.
Dear Hooked on Phonics, I was beside myself with my 7-year-old daughter. She was below average in school, and her classmates called her stupid because she couldn't read. We started Hooked on Phonics in July of '93. At this year's PTA meeting, her teacher said she showed dramatic improvement. In fact, last week she was awarded Student of the Month. She said, "Mom, this is the happiest day of my life. Thank you, Hooked on Phonics."
Call 1-800-ABCDEFG.
It's a new look for Craig T. Nelson on the next Entertainment Tonight.
Bonnie, you know, you got a lot of folks up in arms out here in the audience. I don't know what's going on,
I don't
but
know why these people are so upset.
Yeah.
well, they're
I really don't.
Because all of life is a competition. And that's what
Exactly.
pageants are.
All right, but
and
they
it
see. I'll
really-
tell you what.
I'm preparing her for when she gets older. I mean, there's a lot of disappointments in life.
Right.
You cannot always win. And Stephanie knows that. She's comfortable with it. When she doesn't win, she doesn't get upset. She doesn't cry. There are girls who do. I'll
Right.
admit that. But my kid is not one
Does
of
she
them.
know
I
how
don't
to?
know.
I don't. Now, please take this in the spirit in which I'm asking. Does she know how to win when she's not dressed up like this, or lose when she's not
She has
dressed
the
up
same
like this?
personality. She's just.
Okay, but I
This
think
is my
people sort of
kid.
feel like you're feeding her lines, or that's what
No.
they're saying back here. This whole
We're
section.
talking back and forth. I'm asking her if she's okay. She's telling me, yeah, I'm fine. How are you? That's it. I'm not telling her
She
what
just
to
gave me
say.
a great line for my act.
What
I mean,
was
this
it, Rhonda?
child-
Share it with the group here. What was it? Did she really?
I mean,
No,
I
she
would
is
never-
a very bright young lady, and I was watching her in the
I
monitor.
would
She's very
never
funny.
feed her with anything. That's just not the way I am.
Thank you. I mean, I was a child. I was. It doesn't seem like I ever was, but I was the same sort of child. I was outgoing. That was my personality. That's why I've developed into being a comedian. And I don't think very well. But anyway, I mean, I'm making jokes about it.
let
but
me
truly,
ask
there's
Susan-
not- I think it's a very healthy place.
Okay.
As long as the mother has this sort of attitude.
Okay, let me just say this again. Women in this society get reinforced for looking a certain way, for looking good. Nobody begrudges anybody making a living or winning doing those things. But let me ask you, Susan, did you see any women? I mean, everybody always seems in the Miss America pageant, you know, oh, I'm so happy she won. I mean, it almost seems surreal in a way. Is it really is it Miss Congeniality all around?
Well, the year that I was in the Miss America pageant, they had stopped having the Miss Congeniality Award but let me tell you why, because everybody wants television time in Atlantic City. And so everybody voted for themselves. So there was one vote for 50 girls, and they couldn't pick, or one really nice girl might have voted for somebody so that the girl who won got 2 votes.
So the sisterhood wasn't real strong that year, is what you're saying.
So what I'm saying is that that it's just like life. It's just like life. You put 50 people together, and you got different personalities. You got 50 different personalities. Some get along better than others. I had a great spirit of competition. I was competing in voice competition and the Met auditions and everything from the time I was in college. So I sort of knew about competition and how to do it, and I think it's a great thing to know, by the way.
It is.
It's a great thing to know.
That I totally agree with, and that you carry with you your entire life.
But again, I was 21 years old when I was doing it, too, so I had a little bit, I wasn't in a frilly dress. And
the dewdrops were off the eyelashes.
It wasn't about the crown.
It was, really?
I wanted the crown, though, and I was older.
How many crowns do you have?
I have about 50, and I love my crown.
You have 50 crowns?
I love my crown.
What about you,
and
Susan?
I love my band, because you know what? We're all little girls on the inside, and there's nothing the matter with wanting the crown.
I have my Miss America crown, and I have my Miss Elk City crown is long gone. And
from Oklahoma.
Yeah, I probably have 3, but I'm not sure where they are.
Blair, how many crowns do you have?
We lost count.
You lost count?
Oh, come on, how many?
She'll check and get back to something. Yeah.
I think it's great what these kids are doing. There's a lot of children out there who don't have anything to do. They're watching TV all day long, and their parents don't care what they do as long as they're out of their hair. I think it's great. They have something to take this on.
She's been sitting back here. You've looked a little surly. What's going on?
Well, I think at a young age, children should be sheltered from the rat race that they're going to be in when they grow up anyway. I feel at this age they should be enjoying themselves, not worrying about competition or anything else, just being a child.
Because they have to learn that earlier as they get older. They have to go through
so
that.
At this point, they should be just enjoying being a child.
It's better than to be.
They're going to deal with it when they're older better if they're never exposed to it. If they're exposed to it later on, do you think they're going to handle it better if they've never been exposed to it before?
You can be exposed to it in everyday life by going to school and things like that. They don't need the added pressure of these contests.
They don't need to know how to do
It's an added pressure that at this time they don't need.
Okay. Another break. We'll be back, okay? If you're going to be in the New York area and would like free tickets to our show, please call 1-800-771-2700.
I took diet pills. I lost 34 pounds.
6 months later, the weight came back.
That's when I decided to get off the diet roller coaster and get on a Nordic Track.
In fact, Nordic Track is so easy to stick with that after 5 years, 7 out of 10 Nordic Track owners still use their Nordic Track skiers an average of 3 times a week.
It's been more than 2 years. The weight's still off, and I'm still on my Nordic Track. You should give Nordic Track a try.
Call now for a free video and brochure. Take weight off and keep it off. Nordic Track introduces the Weight Loss Satisfaction Guarantee. Research shows that Nordic Track's total body workout burns more calories than exercisers that only work your legs. Discover what numerous customers have found. With regular exercise on Nordic Track, you can take weight off and keep it off. And we're so confident you'll lose weight too, we guarantee it. We'll guarantee that you'll lose at least 10 pounds in 60 days or your money back. Call now for a free video and brochure. Ask about our 60-day Weight Loss Satisfaction Guarantee.
The audience, boy, this has struck a nerve. I don't know why, but go ahead. You had something you wanted to say.
Yes, this question is directed to Blair and Stephanie. Do you have anything negative that you would like to share with us, the audience, that you can say, anything negative that you've experienced in pageants? I would like to hear from them. Think hard.
Lots of fun in pageants. Meeting new friends.
Explain to her what negative means.
Anything bad?
Anything bad?
Anything bad? Anything ever happened to you that made you feel sad or mad or?
No, but except there was one girl that won a pageant.
Don't say her name.
Okay. There was one girl that won a pageant, and she was really mean to me. She was like, I was talking to my friends and stuff, and she was like, "Why don't you talk to me, not your friends?"
But just sometimes people are not...
Kid stuff.
Okay, yeah. That would happen anywhere.
Exactly.
Blair?
Well, it does make me a little upset to see that some kids don't like pageants and their parents sometimes make them do this. But I actually like pageants a lot, and I asked them to put me in pageants.
Okay, thank you.
You're very good. Okay.
Was she in a
What?
Was she in a pageant?
Were you in pageants?
I'm a director for a pageant.
A ringer, okay.
I didn't influence them in any way. I asked them directly.
Now, see, you didn't know. She was very impartial. You had something back here you wanted to say?
Yes, I was involved in cheerleading from the time I was 13 to the time I was 21, and I started in Texas. And it's like that pageant thing, it's very competitive, but I think the benefits that you get from winning and the benefits that you get from losing are really important, because you learn to lose and then you look at other avenues and other opportunities that are there for you. And if you win, your self-confidence builds up and it allows you to do a lot of good things.
Also,
Debbie?
I just want to say, it's an American institution, pageants. And I just want to ask this audience, how many people here have watched the Miss America pageant? By applause, how many people? We support pageants.
We support winners in this country. People who lose don't get a lot. Of sympathy. I mean, we don't treat them very well.
This is a very, we are a competitive nation.
We are a competitive nation.
And that's why, I mean, I'm not sure, it's just that's why this issue, when you're talking about kids who are impressionable and do come under the influence of their parents, and kind of some kids, as Blair just said, are pushed into this, and maybe those are the kids we should be.
But this is a healthier atmosphere than perhaps hanging out, after school.
But not if they're pushed into it.
It's not a healthy parents make them do that, and they're living the life that parents always
Miss America bristles.
There's a lot of Miss Americas and winners that have gone on to do very, very well in life, either doctors or
But it's
in
not a
show
guarantee
business.
of anything.
There's no guarantee. But it teaches you to lose well. I learned to lose very well.
They're living.
I'm serious.
They're making their children live the life that they always wanted to live. If they're not doing it,
We can't say that about these parents. We don't know that.
My mother certainly
Another break. Everybody's still arguing. We'll be back. We'll be back. You're watching our guests talking about their own life experiences. If you have a personal story that you'd like to share with our show, please call 1-800-370-2712. Thanks.
He wants to be roommates.
Just accept that I'm moving in. You'll be a lot happier.
Where are you going?
I'm going to our bedroom.
Will she go for it on another world?
These were troubled boys, abandoned and abused, but not anymore. America Close Up, with a solution to a problem that could save kids' lives. Get close, get answers on NBC Nightly News tonight.
Black, white, young, old. They all performed amazing acts of courage. Sally honors them with her first annual Unsung Hero Awards. Next, Sally.
This morning at 10, here on Channel 4. Stars like Harry Belafonte, Susan Sarandon, and Danny Glover are fighting to save thousands of lives.
It's wrong, inhuman, and illegal.
Celebrities confront the Haitian crisis. Next, Donahue. Today at 2, here on Channel 4.
Here. Ironically or not, two men have really been having this debate during the commercial breaks. I'm sorry you haven't been there, but let me just, Tony, you two are like at each other about these Now, what is your problem here, Leroy?
During the break, someone asked about people not being attractive, and the lady said that's just a part of life if they don't.
I asked, all things being equal, that a young woman who was not very attractive probably wouldn't have a chance to win, and Debbie said that's just life. And
then Tony here says that it's like he wants us to ignore the fact that someone that's not attractive cannot win.
But isn't that life? Don't pretty people do better?
No, not necessarily. But it's just like saying a person of ethnic, of a ethnic.
Looks fade. Right now, I'm doing this nice little gig with the blonde thing, but they fade. But the spirit of competition that I learned as a beauty contestant will stick with me the rest of my life. The spirit of competition.
That's life in America also. That people are discriminated against. So what are we supposed to do? Just accept that and say that's life? Let's go on. No, there's time for change. Let's see a 170-pound Miss America. Let's see a 250-pound Miss America. Let's go see it. And Miss America doesn't have to be, a size 8, a size 6, blonde hair, blue eye. Let's see a 250-pound Miss America.
If Leroy was judging the pageant,
if Leroy was judging the pageant, you may see a 270 woman win. That's the whole point. It's an opinion. The judges that are down there like pretty people. You might not. You might like a heavier person. Then you pick that person if you're judging. It's an opinion.
You never see them in the Miss America.
Leroy, let me give you hope here because Susan Powell's going to be on the judging panel for the upcoming Miss America pageant. Okay, you've heard what Leroy said?
Yes. Well, I talk to a lot of young people throughout my years and past years having been a Miss America, and I always say the best thing you can give yourself is independence, and which comes through education. Educate yourself, learn how to do something, and if you want to act, learn how to act and really do it well.
On that note, I'm going to learn how to take a break. We're out of time. Thanks for joining us. Thank everybody else.